Hi students, how are you all? Welcome back to my environmental science class. Myself Shomidon sir. Today again I am back with your environmental science of class 4. So in this video we will discuss about some fact on honeybees and the life cycle of honeybees. It is an activity and this activity you have to write it down in your activity copy. Whatever the slide I will show you in the video, which part you have to write it down, I will specifically point it out to you. But before that, you should watch the video till the end, and whatever facts I will share with you, whatever I will discuss in the video with you, you should hear it minutely, watch it, follow it properly, and then you should note it down. So already in chapter number 5, you have read about the honeybees. The chapter Anita and the honeybees, over there you have already read about honeybees. So some more interesting facts with some vivid discussion I will share with you in this video. So let's start. What are bees? You know what are bees? Bees are the flying insects which collect nectar from the pollen that is in wildflowers. Okay, so it is a very common insect. You can find it out beside your house, in your local gardens also, and always they are collecting the nectar from the pollens of the flower. Okay, bees are not rare insect. You can find them in your very own garden also. Bees have a specific color of black and yellow. There are several colors of bees, but the most specific or very common color is black and yellow shade. The scientific name for the bee is Apis mellifera. So this is the scientific name. Okay, you just note it down about the scientific name. Okay, Apis mellifera. This is the scientific name of the bees. So these are some facts which I am sharing with you. Okay, you should know about it. Apart from this, if you can collect more facts also, it is very good. You can share it with me in your doubt clearing class also. The Apis mellifera has a stinger on its backside. You can find at the back of the bee there is a stinger on its backside, which when feels harmed by either other insect or human, leaves the stinger on the human insect with the poison inside, which can be harmful to people with allergic reaction. So you can find at the back of the bee there is some sting. Okay, and when this bee feel harm from any other insect or even from human being, they suddenly put the sting on our body, and there is some poison on that sting. So sometimes we are feeling pain on our body if it put the string over there. Okay, someone is telling the bees are biting. No, they are not biting. What they are doing, they are just putting the string inside our body parts, and we are feeling very much pain over there, and sometimes it may have some allergic reaction. So these are few of the facts. There are lots of things on honeybees. Few of the facts I have shared with you. Next, the life of honeybees. So what is a honeybee? Honeybees are flying insects and close relative of wasps and ants. Okay, it like the ants and wasps, they are also the insect. Honeybees also is like the flying insect. There are different types of bees. So what are the different types of bees? Honeybee, bumblebee, mason bee, leaf cutter bee, carpenter bees, etc. So apart from honeybee, we have read about the honeybees. But apart from honeybees, there are several other types of bees are also there. What are those? The bees are maybe the bumblebee. You can find at the left corner, the picture is given about the bumblebee. And then the mason bee. Okay, second one from the left. Third one from the left, you can see on the screen, leaf cutter bee. And the fourth one from the left side, or to the extreme right side of this page of this slide, you can see the carpenter bee. So these are the pictures of the bee so that you can understand. Okay, all are the species of bee, but of different types. Next page, part of a honeybee. So what are the parts? The body parts. So here are two pictures on the screen you can find. Okay, so what are the body parts of the honeybee? On the left hand side, the picture which is given on this screen, you can find at the top they are having two antennae. Okay, here with the red color I am showing, this is the antenna they are called. Here are the eyes. Okay, these are the eyes of the honeybee. This one is the head. You can see the head. These are the wings. These are the wings. This is the leg. And this part is called the abdomen. And at the back there is the stinger. So this stinger, they are just when they feel that maybe they are being harmed by other insect or human being, if they are afraid or scared about that, then they suddenly put the sting on the insect or a human being or the animals also. And in this sting there is some poison which can act as some allergic reaction. And on the right hand side picture you can find that entire body part is divided into three parts. Okay, the front one is called the head part, this part. Okay, the middle part is called the thorax part, and the end part is called the abdomen part. So these are the three broad divisions of the body part of a honeybee. So from the picture you can just get one idea over it. Okay, so this picture, if you want, you can draw it in your EVS copy. In the activity copy you can also do, and you can mark all those body parts over here. Okay, no need to draw this picture. It is just for your extra knowledge. Okay, this picture you can draw on your EVS copy, and obviously don't forget to mark, okay, all the body parts. Bees have a long straw-like tongue. So this is an important interesting thing, that the bee are having a long straw-like tongue. They have two wings, two alternate and three segment body part. Okay, they are having the two wings on both the side of the body, as well as two alternate and three segments. These three segments I have already shown to you. These are the three segments: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. So segmented part, the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. So these are about the body parts of a bee. Okay, so I hope you have understood this one. Let us go to the next slide. Beehive. So what is beehive? The picture is also given over there. This is a picture of the beehive on the left hand side. So bee lives in colonies. We have already discussed in one chapter the group of bees. They are called colonies. So this name you just note it down, colonies. A beehive is made up of hexagonal cells made of beeswax called a honeycomb. So the shape of the beehive where the bee used to live, they are hexagonal in shape. See, these small holes, they are almost hexagonal. What is hexagonal? Which is having the 6 edge. Okay, if you see minutely, it is having the 6 edges. They are called the hexagonal structure, and it is made up of beeswax. Okay, and called a bee comb, C-O-M-B. Okay, it is a honeycomb where the bee used to live and they used to store the honey. Each hive consists of a queen bee, a few hundreds of drones, thousands of worker bee. So in one beehive where the bee used to live, there is having only one queen bee. A few hundreds of drones are the type of bee, and thousands of worker bees are present. Now, have you tasted honey? Do you know what is honey? Honey is made from the nectar. Whatever the nectars they are collecting from the flowers, Okay, the bees are collecting nectars from the flowers, and the bee enzyme that has been stored in the honeycomb as stored food for the future. So they are having some enzyme, okay, that has been already stored in the honeycomb, okay, and as stored food for the future. So these nectars they are putting in the honeycomb, which is converted into the honey, and we are also we are the human beings also tasted it. I hope all of you have tasted honey. Okay, it is too much healthier also. Okay, so it is made from the nectar of the pollen of the flowers pollen, and the bee used to collect it and they used to put on their honeycomb, okay, for their future use. So here is a picture of honey is already given, and those who have not yet tasted, please test it out. Okay, so it is good for health also, honey. Now on the next slide we will discuss about the queen bee, drone bee and the worker bee. Now who are the worker bees? I told that in the beehive where the bee used to live, in one hive only one queen bee is there and thousands of worker bees are there. So who are the worker bees? What they do? They make up the majority of each colony's population. The maximum number of bees which are present in a hive, they are the honey bees. Worker bees are females. So these worker bees, all the worker bees are female. This is a very important point. They do almost everything like feeding the baby bees, tending the queen, cleaning the hive, collecting nectar, guarding the colony, building the honeycomb. So every work the worker bee used to do. Okay, so several functions. So they are the female. The worker bees are not male. They are the female. Okay, and whatever work they used to do, they used to feed the baby bees. They used to look after the baby bees. They used to train the queen. They have to look after the queen, obey the queen's order. Okay, cleaning the hive, whatever. Some in our family also, our mother or elder ones, they are cleaning our house sometimes. So they are also cleaning their house, cleaning the hive. Okay, collecting nectar. They used to fly over surrounding regions and they used to collect the nectar from the flower. Guarding the colony, they are using as a protection. Okay, our colony in our society, the police used to guard. Okay, here they used to guard their own house, that is the hive. The building of the honeycomb, okay, whatever the honeycomb structure of the hive is there, that honeycomb they used to build. So every work is done by the worker bee. Now who are the drone bee? So they are the male bees. The drone bees are the male bees. You can see the picture. They basically do not have any work to do in the hive. They are not doing any of the work in the hive. So what is their main function? They help in the reproduction of the bees. So they are helping the female or the queen bee for reproduction, okay, to give the birth to the new bees. Okay, so this is the main function of the drone bee. Now the important one is the queen bee. Okay, I have told that drone bee are only few hundreds in number and worker bees are thousands in number, and queen bee is only one in one hive. In one beehive there is only one queen bee. There is only one queen bee in every hive. She lay eggs. So this queen bee used to lay eggs. Queen bee is actually the mother of every other bee. So whatever the other bees are present, he is actually the mother of all bees. Because the worker bee, they cannot give birth to or they cannot lay eggs. Actually they are not giving birth, they are laying the eggs from where the bee used to take its birth. So only the queen bee can lay its eggs. The female bee cannot. And the drone bee helps the queen bee to lay the eggs. So the queen bee is the mother of all the bees who are present in the hive. So about these three types of bee, you can also write it down in your EVS copy. Okay, in the activity copy: the queen bee, the drone bee, and the worker bee. Okay, so you should write it down in your EVS activity copy as it is an activity work. Next, it is the life cycle of honeybee, and this is the important part. This you should write it down in your activity copy in the line side, and in the white page you will draw this diagram. This diagram you should draw it over, and all the points you should also write it down. So here at the stage, first of all, the life cycle of a bee starts when the queen bee used to lay the eggs. So from the egg, gradually after 6th day, this stage come, the larva day. Okay, larva is formed. This is the egg. From here, this is the larva. Then gradually in 10 days, okay, this type of larva is formed. So the larva used to develop, the egg used to develop into small larva. Then it is gradually, you can see it is growing. It takes almost 10 days time. Then pupa day, PUPPA, pupa day. In 14 days, gradually this larva matures, and gradually it has converted into pupa. So it takes 14 to 15 days time to go to this pupa stage. Then when it comes in 18 days, okay, it gradually develops. You can find from this larva gradually the strings, the legs are coming out, and here after 18 this pupa is developed a little. Okay, and you can see the body parts of the bee is gradually developing over here after 18 days. Then after almost it takes 24-25 days, it become a complete adult bee. Okay, and it is capable for giving the egg. Again it can lay eggs, and in the same cyclic process it can grow. So this is the life cycle of the honeybee. Honeybee developed in 4 different life cycle phase: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. So 4 stages are there. First of all, the egg stage, then the larva stage, then the pupa stage, then the adult phase. The life cycle of honeybee ranges from 16 to 24 days. Few of the bees, they have grown into adult in 16 days. Sometimes few of them are becoming the adult in 24 days. So it takes time. The time varies. The queen bee takes 16 days to become adult. So queen bees, how many days it is taking? It is taking 16 days. The worker bee, it takes 21 days. And the drone bee, it takes 24 days. So these 3 types categories of bee you can find, they are taking different time to become adult. Okay, so this is the entire life cycle of honeybee. This diagram is very important, from the egg stage to larva stage, from the larva stage to the pupa stage, from the pupa stage to the adult stage. So this entire cycle, it is called the life cycle. Again, when the bee will become adult, they will start to lay egg. Again, from the leg, the new larva will form, then the larva pupa will form, and pupa to again the adult bee will be developed. Okay, so this is the life cycle. This picture you should draw in your copy. So you can take a screenshot of this page also. Okay, where you can just write down all the points as well as the diagram also. So this is very important one. So thank you, students. This is the end of this entire slide about the life cycle of honeybee, and some information I have also shared about the honeybee. So which things I have told you to write it down in your activity copy, you should note it down. So what you will do, you will write some information fact about honeybees, as well as you will write down about the worker bee, queen bee, and the drone bee, and at the end you will draw the diagram of the life cycle of a bee, and the relevant point you should note it down. After completing the entire activity, you should make one PDF. Okay, scan the copy, make one PDF, write your name, class, roll number, section, and send it to me. So I hope you have understood, and watch the video once or twice. Okay, and whatever the things we have discussed, you should just note it down in your activity copy with beautiful handwriting. You can use color pencils or color pens to write down and to draw, and then you should make a PDF of that copy and you can send it to me. And I hope that all can do it. And in this COVID situation, you know, day by day the number of cases of COVID or corona is increasing. So all of you try to stay at home. Okay, sanitize your hand time to time, use proper mask when you will go out, take the healthy food, and you should be safe. So thank you, student, thank you everyone, and have a nice day.